Hey everybody! I read a really interesting article and I thought maybe it might be interesting for people in Switzerland and the US. I mean, it's definitely interesting for anybody who's getting on a plane coming to the US. Because what happened was these two girls had organised everything. They had got rid of their jobs. They had, packed all their shit, put everything away, probably into the garages of their family, I don't know, and then got on the plane and wanted to fly to Seattle so they could visit some friends. I think Canada and Seattle. Visit friends, stay there for 6 months, and then go back home. Just travelling around, seeing America, basically. Now, what happened was, unfortunately, when they got to Seattle, one of the two ladies made the mistake of volunteering information that she shouldn't have. She told the Border Patrol officer that they would be working, which wasn't strictly correct. From what I understand, they were going to stay with friends, and the agreement was, you help us out with housework, we'll feed you for 6 months and put you up. You can sleep with us, but you help us around the house. Right. Now, there's nothing illegal about that as long as you don't get paid for it. I don't think there was any agreement to get paid. There was only agreement to be fed so you wouldn't starve for 6 months, right? Right, so the first one got it right. She said, when the Border Patrol officer asked her what the reason for her visit was, she said, vacation or holiday. She said holiday, I think. Now, that was fine, obviously. That was what was on the visa. That's what she was allowed to do. Go on a holiday trip. That's it. That's all those visas are for. Either that or business. If you say business, then usually you have, I think, some extra paperwork. I don't know exactly, but if you are not on business, don't say it. Just say holiday. Don't say anything else. If you don't speak English well enough to understand the nuances that might make somebody else think you are trying to secretly immigrate to the US and not go back home, then don't give them any information. You don't have to. Just say holiday and smile. Nothing else. And if they ask where you're going, then the address here. No details. Oh, my uncle, blah, blah, blah. None of that. Don't. Just don't. Stand there, look as though you care about what he's got to say and wait for what he's got to say. Take him seriously. Because God knows these people fucking have a shit job. Think about it. You look at millions of people every day, and you have to sort of decide on the spur, is this person going to be a problem for this country? And you're just looking at all these people coming in all day long. So you're just that little guy. Oh, great. Anyway. So, you're just the little guy sitting there. You're trying to find out, does this person really want to come in on holiday or not? It's your job. You've got to do that. You've got to sit there and decide, I think she's lying. Now, if somebody does something that obvious, you're not going to fuck around. You've got tons of that sort of thing. You're going to say, okay, out, goodbye. You get put in jail, mate. That is what happened to them. They then got locked up because one of the two was too stupid to say holiday instead of work, ? Which is apparently what she said when he asked her. And they then, for 12 hours being interrogated, were not able to talk themselves out of it. Now, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a bit... maybe I'm a pussyfoot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a scaredy pants. I would not go to a country if I don't speak the language. Now, I speak German. And I speak Swiss German too. My French is crap, my Italian's just with hand and feet, and a big dictionary next to me all the time, or my mobile, whatever. you know, hands and feet. Italians don't mind hands and feet. They do it themselves. They talk a lot with their hands. So they'll give me shit for it, but it's funny if I'm like looking for a word, you know. At least Italians have got a really good sense of humour. So they will give you shit in their own special, very Italian kind of loud way. But yeah, like I said, if you don't speak a language, and I mean, not, hello, my name is Kristen, can I please have a beer? No, I'm talking about, listen, dickhead, you did this, I know you did this, I know exactly where you live, right? You can argue. That's one of the ways to know you speak a language. Can you argue in that language? Can you have an argument? Can you hold your own? Can you make a point? Does the other person, no matter how big the difference is between those supposedly different, you know, those supposedly same languages, which are not, and I'm married to an American, so as you can hear, this is not something that's news to me. I know that you can be separated by a common language. Now, if I'm separated from my husband because we sometimes talk past each other in supposedly the same language, how do you think a 20-something from Switzerland is going to fare if the fucking coppers are giving her shit? She's not going to be able to catch everybody saying things they're saying. She's going to fucking talk herself into even more trouble, which is what she did. So they got locked up. They got held for, I don't know, 12 hours and questioned, and probably not very nicely, I'm guessing. So I'm betting they're not going to come back. I don't think they're ever going to want to come back to this place, and I don't blame them. Now, I wouldn't, you know, if I were you guys, if you see this video and you hear what I've got to say, please do comment. I don't think you should give up America just because Trump doesn't want to let certain people in, and because Trump has made the people at the border patrol all antsy and upset and nervous. Don't judge the entire country, everybody in it, based on one orange twat who didn't win the popular vote, okay? Now, I'm not a fan of Hillary's, but bloody hell, I want Hillary. Can I have her instead, please? Can we have her back? Can we undo the bloody election? Anyway, look, everybody's pissed right now. It's not just the Border Patrol coppers. It's everybody. It's not fun working for that guy. He doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. Half the time, he just signs something. Oh, guess what? Criticise everybody else beforehand and tell them what a shit job they did as president because they signed, I don't know, 10 executive orders in their 8 years as president. Maybe altogether 10. I don't know, maybe less. I don't know. I'd have to look up the numbers. But he was like signing them as though they were fucking going out of bloody fucking... They're going out of bloody... Yeah, I've forgotten the word. Doesn't matter. The point is... Out of fashion. The point is... Don't, please, make the mistake to think that everybody in this country is like that, because it's not the case, okay? I've been living here for 3 years. I'm Swiss. Yeah, I know, don't look it, but I'm Swiss. I'm Swiss and I'm English. I get people telling me every fucking day how great they think it is that I speak English. How the way I speak English. They love listening to me. That's one of the weirdest things as well. But this place is full of nice people. Full of them. Thousands of them. Everywhere you go. And yes, you can say they're superficial. Yeah, but you know what? I'd rather somebody's nice to me for 10, 15 minutes and it makes me smile for a bit. It makes them smile. Maybe it makes other people smile. It makes people happy. Okay, so what's the conclusion to all this? Well, it's basically very simple. If you are going to travel to a foreign country, specifically the US, and you don't speak English well enough, it's probably best if you don't say anything at all. You just smile and answer very basic questions. And if, you say, I don't understand, I'm quite sure they'll help you. So the point is, these two ladies just volunteered too much information. Now that's also got something to do with the fact that there's a lot of differences between Swiss culture and American culture. It's got to do with street smarts or lack of, and also probably got to do with the lack of experience, because I don't think flying was something they did very often. Very clearly, if they can't even just talk themselves through an airport, they don't fly very often. It's very obvious. I used to fly very regularly. Now I only fly whenever I have to. So right now I'm living in the US and we don't actually travel anywhere really very much, so there's no necessity. But even in the US, I would be careful about what I say to a border patrol officer, to any policeman for that matter. I would use my brain. I would just say, look, sorry, don't understand, or no comprendo, or something like that. Or say, nix verstehen, or I don't know. I mean, fucking hell. Don't say stuff about things that you do not want to talk about. It's like a Freudian slip. That's just terrible. I'm thinking that you could have got in if you had just smiled and went, I don't understand, sorry. You'd be on holiday now in the US and Canada. We're having quite a lot of fun. Now you're pissed, which I understand too. So yeah. Conclusion is, nowadays you can't say stuff like that anymore. It's a bit like saying bomb in an airport. It's a stupid thing to do. Don't do it. Don't even joke about it. It's not funny. It's not something that people take funnily here. Like I said, when you get off the plane in Denver, they tell you you're not allowed to switch your phone on until you get outside of the security check to the baggage. That means not even in the plane are you allowed to switch your phone on. Everybody does it, but you're not allowed to. Now, if you're coming in from a different country to the US and the first entry port that you come into in the US has a sign that says, do not switch your phone on, I would recommend that you leave your telephone switched off until you don't see that sign anymore. Or you ask one of those people and say, can I look at my phone now or is it too early? Don't do anything stupid. When you've left the airport, that's a completely different, cup of tea. But as long as you're in the airport, use your brain and abide by the rules. When it says don't do something, don't do it. Common sense is another one. Obviously, 2020 and all that, hindsight. Great. Too late now. I don't think they're going to be coming back, but yeah. Sorry, that was just naivete and stupidity, if you ask me. I'm sorry, I just cannot take it seriously. Now, if you have an opinion, let me know in the comments. I'd be very interested to hear what your opinion is. And like, subscribe, give me crap, whatever. Tell me what you think. I'd be interested to hear your opinions. Especially if one of those two ladies hears what I've got to say. Please respond. Give me crap. Tell me what really happened. I mean, I only read the article in the Tagesanzeiger. It's a Swiss newspaper. I'm going to reference that underneath the video so anyone who fancies can actually click on that.